Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Mr. Givens, for that introduction. I really appreciate that. I want to thank everyone for having me this morning. It is truly an honor and a privilege to be invited to your meeting. I apologize that I didn't make the last meeting. There was some miscommunication, so I apologize for that. But I am very happy to be here this morning. So I assume that I'm just talking a little bit about me and what I do. As Mr. Givens mentioned, I am a two-time graduate. I like to call it a double eagle. Very proud graduate of North Carolina Central University. I started in the bachelor's program. Well, it goes a little farther back than that. Um, as he mentioned, um, during my life, making some wrong choices, wrong decisions, and really finding out what my purpose was, just kind of seeking what my purpose was. I discovered it was to use my experience to help others. I am a person in long-term recovery. Actually, tomorrow is my anniversary date of 16 years of being in long-term recovery. Thank you. And so early in recovery, again, I just kind of discovered that my purpose was to use my experience to help other people. And so at that time, I didn't know what it was. But then I started to go to school. So in recovery, I saw people that was going back to school. And at that time, I honestly, I had a GED. I had dropped out of high school because of the things that I was going through. And so I went to Wake Tech and I received an associate's degree in substance abuse counseling. And I knew I wanted to be a counselor. And so I knew I needed to pursue further education beyond that if I wanted to do what it was I wanted to do. And so I was going to go to NC State, but that didn't happen. So I ended up at North Carolina Central. And so I entered into the BSW program. And that's when I started my nonprofit organization. It is called Empowered Citizens. And so we do a few things at Empowered Citizens. It is a 501c3. We are located in Zebulon, North Carolina. One of the things we do, we are a certified North Carolina DWI provider. And so we provide DWI services, substance abuse assessments. We recommend drug and alcohol education as well as treatment. We provide the treatment for those individuals that are trying to get their license back. As Mr. Givens mentioned, I am a licensed clinical addiction specialist as well as a licensed clinical social worker. And so we also provide individual and family therapy. Our targeted populations are our marginalized group of individuals. We work with youth. We have a youth program called Alternative Peer Group. And so we serve youth between the ages of 13 and 21. Those youth who experience or have challenges with mental health and substance use, youth that are at risk for juvenile delinquency, youth who just feel like they need a space, a safe space where they can be supported by other youth. And so now we weren't doing all of those things when I started in 2015. That's where we are today. So, of course, after graduating from the BSW program, I was able to enroll in the advanced standing program at Central, where it only took me 1 year to get my MSW. And so that was in 2017. And I was able to get licensed after that. So I wanted to, I don't know why, but pursue higher education. I think because at the time I didn't really think about teaching. Uh, yeah, I didn't. I just wanted to further my education. And so I enrolled right after graduating. 2 weeks after, I enrolled into the PhD program at Walden University. So I've been on this journey at Walden for 6 years now. And so again, I am hoping to graduate in July of this year. So I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Um, what made me want to teach was, I worked at an organization for 12 years, working with adults and youth and mental health and substance use. And I went to my clinical supervisor and said, "Hey, I think I want to teach." And what he told me was he referenced someone in the Bible. I think it was Daniel, and he said, "Well, whatever you want to do, you want to find someone that can mentor you." And so I contacted who is now my mentor, a professor at Central, and said, "Hey, I think I want to teach." And so she invited me to teach one of her classes, and here I am, 4 years, 5 years later, teaching. Started out as an adjunct professor in the social work department, teaching undergrad and graduate students, and now I'm a full-time clinical lecturer. And so I do a lot in the community here in Zebulon. I'm actually on the board, advisory board for the Parks and Recs. I'm on the advisory board for Wake Tech. I just started a coalition here in Zebulon that includes, it's called Has Zebulon. It's Healthy and Safe Zebulon, and we're addressing substance use among youth in our community. That's certainly a passion for me because I was that 14-year-old that started using substances and made a lot of wrong choices and decisions in life, and so want to work with that population so that they don't feel that they don't have a voice, that they don't feel that they don't have support. And so yeah, that is what I do now. I do a lot. Sometimes I'm like, what did you get yourself into? But I think it's all for the good of our community, of our youth, families, as well as other organizations. So are there any questions about what I do? Please, if there are any questions.